Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the All Sports Focus pregame show of the Buds Wiffle Ball League. I'm back here with my co-host Ryan. Ryan, say hello.
What's up, everybody?
All right, today we're going to be covering a big in-division matchup here today between the Quackers and the Bulls. A pretty heavyweight matchup, I would say. 3-game set. Unfortunately, we only got 2 of the games on camera. The iPad died heading into the 3rd game. We had 8 games on the day. It made it through the first 7. We got to the 8th game, and I saw it had 1% battery. I'm like, I'm not even going to bother. Let's just put her away. We're just going stats today. But we have the first 2 games, so I'm very excited to show you guys these. The Bulls have been on the top of the Edgewater division this whole year. The Quackers been very up and down kind of all year as well. But we know the talent is there. So if they can put it together here, this is a big series. They're battling. This 1 seed in this division is still wide open. These teams are very close to each other. So, Ryan, what are your thoughts heading into this series?
Yeah, I think the word of the season so far with the Quackers is consistency. We talked about it with their series against the Sharks, and I think it's perfectly applicable here. They have the talent for sure. They've got more than enough firepower in the batter's box and plenty of pitching to be able to win these games and compete for this 1 seed. But it's just whether they can piece it together or not. And then the Bulls have been a very consistent, on the other aspect of it, been very consistent throughout the season, playing really great ball all throughout. Battled really well with your team to split that series. So it's just going to be an instance of which version of the Quackers shows up for each game, and then whether the Bulls can take advantage when the Quackers are not maybe playing their best game.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think the big thing is for both of these teams, and it's kind of been the story all year, is to not get swept. The worst possible thing you could do on either side of the ball here is get swept. By getting swept, I mean losing all 3 games of the series. If you lose 2-1, it's not terrible. You're still in the race. If you win it 2-1, great. But if you sweep a team, holy crap, you're ecstatic. That just was so well for your team. But with how the standings are playing and how the playoffs are formatted, dropping 2 games to a team that might have gotten swept by a team you split with earlier in the year, you want to play the crisscross game, go all over the place, it's not as bad as it sounds. So, but with that being said here, obviously both of these teams want to win the series to want to help themselves out here. So, Ryan, what are your thoughts, prediction-wise, heading in to this series? How do you think it's going to play out?
I don't see it being a sweep. I do think the Bulls get 2 out of the 3, but I don't think the Quackers will let them sweep. I think it will, at least on the roller coaster that is the Quackers as a team, I do think there's at least one peak with the 2 valleys.
Yeah. Pilot, the All Sports Focus mascot's going a little crazy in the background, but it's going to be a great series. The commissioner in me kind of hopes for it not to be a sweep because that makes the last week of the season that much more interesting with the Bulls games versus Slimy Sluggers, and then especially the Penguins Quackers matchup. I'm just saying that could be the series of the year if that comes down to maybe possibly being for the 1 seed, maybe possibly being playing for the 2 seed to not be in that 5-6 game. I don't know. I'm excited. While we're recording this, the games are tomorrow, but we'll talk more about the matchup and everything that played out after the video today. So Ryan, with that being said, you rolling with your predictions there?
I am. I think it goes Bulls, Quackers, Bulls.
Okay. So the one last thing we want to touch on here is the lineups for the game. Unfortunately, the Bulls only had their Silver Slugger finalist, I would say, and Mitch Culver for one of the games. He unfortunately had to leave. So they have Marshall Piersma sub and form the rest of the time because, again, guys were already here, didn't know they had to leave early, so they didn't have another player, so we had to grab a sub. But the Quackers have their full 4-man squad, and then the Bulls will have Jerron and Henry Church for all 3 games, and Mitch for one of them, and then Marsh for the other 2. So with that being said, we're going to hop in here to games number 1 and 2. Like I said, we don't have game number 3, but we'll have games 1 and 2, and then we will see you guys in the post-game show. All right, here we go for game number 1 between the Quackers and the Bulls. Henry Church on the mound for the Bulls. Blake Cigarello finally playing his old team for the first time after the trade last offseason. Here comes Matt Lage up to bat and a strikeout. Here comes Carter Petsky
Oh, man.
man. And an even bigger bat flip. Great swing by the captain there, Carter Petsky. He's coming out for blood. The Quackers
Really got a hold of that one.
The Quackers, I meant to say this in the pregame show, their schedule, they played all 3 of their out-of-division games first. So, I mean, their schedule is still wide open here if they're able to piece together some wins.
Oh,
Great
wow.
swing by Logan there. Snuck in.
Sneaks that one down the first base line.
Comes Blake Cigarello back to the top of the order.
Swinging bunt.
And he's 2 for 2 off of his former captain. Matt Lage, will that ball go? It will.
Opposite field.
Quackers starting it off hot here with a quick 5 spot in the top of the first. Matt Lage, I would say right now, him and Mitch and Duran are probably my top 3 for Rookie of the Years. They have been some great players. Oh, back-to-back strikeouts for Church. Here comes Mitch Culver, another Rookie of the Year candidate. With a ground out. Nice play by Matt Lage. Here comes Henry Church.
Oh.
And where's one? Here comes Jerron Brown. Nice hard hit ball to the left side. Nice swing for Ronimo.
Boots it.
Here comes Mitch. Too much air. Holy!
Way to make an easy play look hard.
Oh, and Kirk with a nice swing to right field. Is Jerron going to score? Oh, smart base running from Jerron there.
Very smart.
Here comes, setting himself up for it. And he sets himself up for the RBIs. He wanted the RBI. Oh, will Logan get there?
Good play. How did he make that one look easier than the routine pop fly?
I know. Here comes Blake. And right
back to the pitcher.
Right back to Kirk. Here comes Matt Lage and a strikeout. 2 quick outs here this inning for the Bulls. And PFP action. Oh, what is Carter doing?
3 up, 3 down.
Here is Henry. Man, he is he is peppering that right field. He is a dead pull hitter on the left side. Here comes Duran. And Henry runs.
Terrible.
Oh, and gets him at 1. Nice double play from the Quackers. 5-1 after 2. Terrible base running. Logan Freeman.
Oh, my goodness.
Gets on the board.
That's 2 home runs now that do not look like they should have gone out.
Mr. Walks, Logan Freeman. There's a nice swing there. And a terrible celebration. Here comes, and Blake.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and he dropped the pop-up. And because Blake slipped, he is still out at 1. Will Henry make the play? No, he will not.
Smart to just eat that one.
Here comes Carter. Oh, will Henry get there? Henry will get there.
Oh.
And they are playing 2 guys on the right side against Logan Freeman. I just noticed that for the first time. And Blake Cicarello gets his get back on his former captain with a 3-run shot to really break this one open. We were talking about the Quackers' firepower, Ryan, and they have showed it so far. Here comes Matt Lage. And another ball in play. Nice play by Kirk. Gets the out at first. Bottom of the 3rd here. They're putting Blake Cicarello in to save Matt Lage some innings. Oh, is that too much air? Too much air under it. Nice swing, though, from Duran. Here comes Mitch. Oh, and with his shorts down.
Crushes that one.
While sagging and jogging around the bases, Mitch Culver hits a bomb. And Henry has, I think, his wallet, phone, keys, a water. I don't know what is going on because his pocket is like down below his kneecap.
Does not matter.
And you can see his phone swinging around in his pocket as he's running down the baseline. And Will Duran with the speed gets him at 2. Nice play by Blake. Here comes Mitch.
Oh, man.
Straight line drive. Another one right over the American flag. Great swing there by Mitch.
Making things interesting.
Yeah, Blake not with a great pitching outing here. Nice eye from Kirk. Here comes Geronimo. Oh, 2, and that's gonna
That's
do
gonna
it.
do it.
9-5. Quackers take game 1 over the Bulls, and here we are with game number 2. Matt Lage back on the mound again, facing the Bulls, switching up the batting order here since Mitch had to leave. Nice single by Kirk, and Jerron with great base running.
Takes 3. And a little shimmy over there.
Here comes
We are
Marshall,
Marshall.
the sub, and takes a nice strike 3 pitch on the outside corner. Geronimo!
Holy cow.
That was a shot. While using the Quackers team bat.
Goodness.
That is the definition of disrespectful. Hitting a home run with their team bat. Great swing, though, from Geronimo. And he's going to grab his home run ball right afterwards. That's great sportsmanship. Nice PFP. Oh, and he dropped it at first base. I was going to say great PFP, and then they dropped it. Walk there from Marshall. Here comes Jerron. And another walk. Here comes Henry Church. Tries to put a little spook into Matt there. And another
Marshall.
And another fly. What is Matt doing on deck? Getting his reps in there. Oh, and Blake is slipping it first. Here comes Matt. Guess the 50 bat warm up works.
What a pitch.
Strike 3 on Carter. Oh, guess that what? Oh, we got 2 strike 3s on Carter. That's ball to Logan. That's got to be a balk. And that is a grand slam for Blake Ciccarello. Another one.
I guess technically shouldn't that have been waved off since it was a balk before?
No, there's no balks in wiffle ball, no leadoffs. Great swing though from Blake. Here comes Matt Lage. Ground ball to the left side. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes Carter Petsky. Off the lob. Nice base hit, and that was the slowest reaction to that ground ball I think I've ever seen. Here comes Logan Freeman. Another ground ball. Oh, nice play by Jerron.
Good play there.
Got him on the corner of the bag. Oh, this is going to be a routine fly. Oh, and Carter spooks him. Replay that. Carter spooks Henry Church at second base. That is a completely legal play, by the way. He was on the base, no interference. Just absolutely fools him. Gets in his head and forces the drop ball for another run. And then a ball, and he's on his knees. And he's safe.
There, in Henry's head.
Great play, though, by Marsh to keep that one from going out of play. That would have been 2 runs. And a nice play by Marshall. We are Marshall. 5-3 Quackers after 1. Right, and here comes Jerron up to bat and a strikeout. Here comes Henry. Will Matt get there and make the play? He will. Here comes Marsh. Takes ball 4. Back up to the top of the order, and Jerron. Another strikeout. Here comes Logan Freeman. Oh, nice
play
by
Jerron.
Shows off the athleticism. Here comes Blake Ciccarello. And he's carrying the bat. And he's going. And then he slips on second and gets pegged. Oh, that's ugly. That is ugly. And Matt Lage showing bunt. And then a hard base hit over the bag. Down third base line. Nice catch by Jerron there. Here comes Carter. Oh, is that ball going to go? Off the wall. Kirk almost went through the fence himself. Here comes Logan. Takes
almost
ball
hit the bat.
4. Here comes Blake. Oh, and an ugly swing. And Jerron bobbles it. Here comes what in the world? Here comes Carter. Oh, is that ball going to go? Off the yellow piping and over.
Top.
And that's going to be the mercy cap for the inning, I believe.
I'm just watching the people running with their dog in the background.
That will be the mercy cap, and that pushes it to 11-3 after 2. The Quackers really breaking this one open. Here we are in the top of the third, putting Blake out there again to kind of save Matt Lage some innings. Nice hold by Kirk. Here comes Marshall. Nice single
Nice
in the
shot
left.
there.
Jerron Brown, lefty. Oh, nice swing. Oh, that was a nice swing, though, there
Right
by
at him.
Jerron. Here comes Kirk. Oh, sneaks one down the foul line again. More great base running by Jerron. I feel like I've said that a lot today. Here comes Marshall. And hits a granny. Nice swing by Marsh.
He's not even going to run the bases.
Oh, Jerron takes ball 4.
Hey, look, there's Andy in the background.
Yeah, I was picking up the balls for everybody. Here comes Marshall. Nice base hit in the left. Oh, and Carter goes for the play at home and throws it out of play. Marshall will be on second. Here comes Jerron, looking to keep this game alive. Oh,
goodness.
And an ugly strikeout and a bat chuck and a nice catch by Blake. And that will do it for game number 2 with a final score of 11-8. The Quackers win. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the All Sports Focus post-game show of the DBWBL Wiffle Ball League. First thing I want to touch on here before we get into the games, the Bulls did win game number 3 of a final score of 5-2. Just to put that out there for you. So the Quackers did not sweep the series, but they did win 2 of the 3. Huge series for the Quackers. I think they played some great wiffle ball. Even in game number 3, they were right in that game all along. So Ryan, what were your thoughts here of this 3-game series?
They were consistently very, very good. Didn't make any unforced errors in the field. Matt Lage was dominant on the mound. Blake was lobbing them in there on the mound, but games were already out of reach by that point. And then batting, I mean, just consistent, a lot of home runs, a lot of base hits. Really all you could ask for.
Yeah, absolutely. The commissioner and me, the joy of making podcasts about this and YouTube videos, this just made the last week so much more interesting. Because the standings went from about Bulls here and the Quackers and the Penguins down here. It's about all 3 teams are right here on the same level now, especially with the upcoming Slimy Sluggers versus the Bulls series, and then the Quackers versus the Penguins. So, but the thing I want to touch on here, as I meant to touch on in the pregame here, is about the big offseason trade that went down this offseason between these 2 teams. The Quackers came into the offseason. They were the number 1 overall seed heading to the playoffs. They lost in the semifinals to the then Sharks with Blake Ciccarello subbing for Pap because Pap's leg was broken. But they lost in the semifinals to the number 4 overall seed in the playoffs, the Sharks. And they had some big question marks heading into the offseason. We were going to do a draft. We knew all this. But they decided to make a big swing. They traded Cole Caplia for Blake Ciccarello. And we were all mind blown because this was the Blake Ciccarello who just won the Silver Slugger, who just led a team to the World Series that wasn't even his own team. And Kirk decided to ship him off for Cole Caplia. This is no offense, not trying to dog Cole Caplia, not at all what I'm trying to do. He's a great dude. But I want to compare some stats here real quick. I'm not going to tell you which player's which. I think you guys can put 2 and 2 together. I don't want to name drop here. But one of these players has a .424 average with 7 home runs, 24 RBIs, and a .512 on-base percentage. And then the other player has 0 hits, 0 home runs, 0 RBIs, and a .454 on-base percentage with only 11 at-bats this whole season. I'm not trying to be a jerk. They're both great dudes, all that. Cole's had a lot of stuff going on this summer. Orientations, he's went on a family trip here and there. Like, I get it. I get all that. But you look at what this Bulls team could have been. They could have had Jerron and Mitch and Blake. I mean, Jerron and Mitch's stats here. Both of them have 9 home runs with 25 and 23 respective RBIs with a .390 batting average and a .533 batting average. Both of them participated in the home run derby, and both were top 3 seeds. Blake Ciccarello would have been the number 5 seed in the home run derby. This Bulls team could have wiped the floor with everybody. Ryan, do you agree with me? I mean, I'm not making this up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the Nico Harrison of trades.
Yeah.
Except he didn't end up getting the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they did, technically.
They did technically get it, but for our sake, with the way the draft rolled out, that he could have had Blake and Duran and Mitch. So I'm not trying to be too much of a Debbie Downer. I really wanted to focus on that. Meant to say something about that in the pregame show, completely spaced my mind. But that was just a big trade. That was about the only trade that went down this offseason, and we finally got to see it play out in a head-to-head matchup. So I feel like I had to mention it. But talking about the series, Ryan already talked about it, but I mean, that was the most consistent series we've seen the Quackers play all season. And that just made things a whole lot more interesting. I'm going to kind of spoil it here for you since there will be no YouTube video on this series. The games were played today, and the Slimy Sluggers swept the Bulls. Both games. Wow. So it's moved the Bulls down to 6-6 overall and moved the Slimy Sluggers up to 6-6 overall. So this just made the league a whole lot interesting. Moving in, we got all of the last 5 games tomorrow. You guys are getting a little sneak peek here on the post-game show, so make sure you're still listening. But the Sharks, they're 3-7. They're locked in to that 5 or 6 seed game. They obviously want to be the 5 seed because you want to be the home team in that game. But since the Slimy Sluggers got up to 6 wins, Sharks only have 2 games left. They mathematically, even if they sweep the Penguins tomorrow, they cannot be the number 4 seed. So, looking on the other side of things, this division is wide open. I mean, absolutely wide open. The Penguins have 5 games tomorrow. The Quackers have 3 games tomorrow. Looking at it math-wise here, it will be very tough for the Bulls to keep that number 2 seed. It's just the truth of it. And so the Quackers, they win 2 games against the Penguins, they will be the number 1 seed. If the Penguins then win 2 games against the Quackers, push them to 5 wins, and then sweep the Sharks to push them up to 7 wins, they will be the 1 seed, or they sweep the Quackers. You get what I'm saying? Because there's some different tiebreakers here. The Bulls hold the head-to-head over the Penguins. Then the Quackers hold the head-to-head over the Bulls. And then the head-to-head will be in play tomorrow. I'm really, really hoping we don't have to go to the run differential here to break up who wins this division, because that will be a mess. But Ryan, heading into the last game of the series here, who do you think wins this Edgewater division this season?
I do think the Bulls end up pulling it out. I think track record across the season, we've seen them be the most consistent. But it really would not surprise me to see the Quackers roll in here and potentially get it done here at the end of the season.
So you're saying the Penguins are going to split with the Sharks and win 2 of the 3 against the Quackers.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll put them at 6. Okay, that's very reasonable. That is very reasonable. So that's what you're rolling with?
That's what I'm rolling with.
Okay, my final predictions heading tomorrow. I'm going to have to roll with the Quackers. I think they'll win the series 2 of 3 over the Penguins, and that'll be it for them. It will be interesting. Matt Lage will not be there tomorrow, so we'll be very interested to see who steps up on the mound for the Quackers. That'll be the really big question mark. But we're looking forward to it. There will be a podcast coming out sometime this weekend or early next week before the playoffs. This might be getting recorded, both of us in the Barlow studio. A little sneak peek there. But with that being said, check out all the YouTube videos, the Spotify, the Instagram, the TikTok, the merch site, all that good stuff. We appreciate you guys watching and listening as always. The merch site, we got the hats. They're sweet, so go get yourself some. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.